everybody. Hey, Tina, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. I don't know how many people are going to be here. Barb left for the beach this morning, so she's meeting people later. Hey, Kim, you made it in this morning. Glad to see you here. I am freezing. The sun is behind the clouds. We're supposed to get rain this afternoon, and it's like, but I'm always cold. I don't know what it is. I've been cold my whole life. But I hate the heat. I know, it's crazy, but that's me. I am so excited about the cards today. My card, the final card, the wow card, actually came from the catalog, and I backed it down to a clean and simple card. So I'm really excited about how it turned out. I just started playing and working backwards and say, okay, what can I take away? What can I take away? I know, Tina, but it's like, I don't like the heat. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I don't like the heat. I don't like the humidity. If the heat is high, but there's no humidity, it's not fun, but it's bearable. It's the humidity that drives me crazy. So let me clarify that. The rain we're getting today is part of that Laura. Boy, she has wreaked havoc all over the place. I have a couple of friends. I checked on Peggy. She's in Arkansas. She's fine. She did fine. I've emailed Kathleen because I know she has been busy looking for a job, but I haven't heard anything from her, and she hasn't posted anywhere. So I emailed her to see if she's okay, and I haven't heard anything. So I'm hoping she's okay and didn't get hit with it. It's so hard to tell because I don't know Texas and where anything is. I know it was Houston, and she's in El Paso, I think, but I'm not positive. It may not be that. So I would have to go back and look up her address. So I'm hoping she is okay. She's the only one I haven't heard from that's out in the Midwest that I want to see if they're okay. But other than that, I've been busy. I got all my cards for this week made yesterday. I'm going to take and make my videos this afternoon, and then I'm going to be all set, and then I can start working on my class. I have all my samples made, but I want to get my videos made, my pictures for advertising made, all of that. So that's my goal this weekend, and to get that straight. So I'm hoping I have a productive weekend. Oh, thunderstorms. We haven't had any thunderstorms in a while, but there have been a couple of nights that woke me up. And I don't usually wake up for that kind of thing, but they were pretty loud. So I'm hoping with this one, they said some wind. I'm hoping we avoid all of that. I think it's supposed to be worse up in Maryland where I was and all. The way the storm is going, it's kind of going this way, so it's going to cross the tip of Maryland where I was, and we're over here. So it's like as it shifts over, we're going to get some of it. But by that time, hopefully, most of it will be out to sea and long gone. But she has really let herself be known. So, but other than that, things are good. I have been putting away things that I brought back from my sisters, a few things. I've got one more bin to go through, but a lot of that is cross-stitch pictures I wanted. So that won't be hard to put away. Some will go up and some will be put away. But I do need to start finding my fall things. I've got to go out in the garage and find all my fall decorations. I have a thing that hangs on my siding. I've got hay bales and hay lin and scarecrows and all kinds of other things that are in the garage that I want to pull out. And then I've got to find my fall towels, things like that. I really start decorating from like September through January and some into February, not a whole lot, but I really like this time of year for decorating. I just go crazy with it. I call the next one Luke. Well, they're watching too. I hope they don't amount to anything that's going to affect anybody. I didn't see the news last night to see where they were, but I know they have 2 out there that they're watching. So, are you guys ready to do some stamping? I am, like I said, excited about today's card. I have a technique I'm going to show you with using reinkers and alcohol, and I'm going to use it to dye some shimmery white paper for one of the cards, 2 of the cards. So I'll be sharing that with you. So with that, let's turn this thing around. I'm going to get one more sip and we'll get started. Set that down over there away from all my stuff so I don't turn it over on my stuff. All right. And I forgot to bring over my stool. Let me grab it real quick so I can see what I'm doing. Plus, I want to be able to show you. Oh, wow. I can't believe how close that is to being perfectly straight. I'm not going to touch it. I adjusted it just a little bit, but oh, I'm getting so much better. That's okay, Lynn. You know, it's always here. All right, there's our card, the first one. And I used Very Vanilla. I hardly ever use Very Vanilla. But this one, as you can see, needed the Very Vanilla and not the white. And I used the rose one. What is that one called? It's over here. Tulle Wild Rose. It's in my stack over here. So I used the Tulle Wild Rose and the matching framelits later on. And I didn't use this one. I used this one and this one. So this piece is the Very Vanilla, and I have to tell you a story. I had all of my papers cut this morning and I couldn't find this one. I searched high and low. I picked up my cutter, I picked up my scoreboard, I looked behind the cabinet, couldn't find it anywhere. Come to find out, it was stuck on the back of one of the others. But I finally found it. So we're going to get started with this. So you're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. All right. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take So Saffron. And I thought this was a great color to use for this. And when you put these down, watch your pieces. What I did was I put this one on first, and I had this big piece over here. Hey, Jean. Hey, Diane. And I then took this one and I figured out, okay, this piece and this piece goes together. So I put it on that way, and that way all I have to do is stamp it like so, and then I can get them to line up. Do the same thing with the other one, but this one is a little bit tricky since it doesn't have, it's such a light color. All right, now I'm going to ink this one up. And I need a piece of scrap paper because I found did I stamp off? Yeah, I forgot to, no, I didn't. I stamped that one first, and then I decided I wanted to stamp off. So I'm going to put this down because I wanted just a hint of color like that. All right. Then I pulled out my the mailing labels, the repositionable mailing labels. And I created a mask. And I stuck that down. And then I used Pretty Peacock for my leaves. Yay, Jean! All right, and I stamped those down here, and I'm going to go up a little higher than I did for the other. And I'm going to come down a little bit on this one because I went up a little too high on that. All right, and then I'm going to take this, the one that you fill in. It's not the one with all the lines. You can still see some of the lines, but it's more... Whoops, I missed a spot. And I off-stamped this twice because I wanted it really light. So I'm getting it lined up. All right. So I have to concentrate. Are you talking about the repositionable ones, Tina? All right, so we've got that done. Now, if you're very careful when you take this off, it will not rip, because if it rips, it's a little harder to reuse. So just take your time and pull it up. And I don't know if you can see, but when I used to do this with a Post-it note, there was always a halo around there. There is no halo. It is so minute, it isn't funny. And Tina, I'm going to grab it. This is what it is. It's removable ID labels. And I got the 8.5 by 11, the full sheets, and I got them at Walmart. So that's what I use for that mask. And you can reuse it. I mean, I've used it several times. I stamped on it and cut it out, and it's not coming through. And I found that with the Post-it notes, you know, with this being so dark, I probably wouldn't have been able to reuse it. I would have probably had to make a second one. So you are quite welcome. Now I am going to take my sentiment and stamp it in Rich Razzleberry. And I know what you're thinking. You're going, why are you stamping it in Rich Razzleberry? Well, you'll see with the next card. And I decided to stamp it up here. And if you wanted, you could very easily stamp it down there. I mean, you can stamp it wherever you want. There's space there, there. You can even add some embellishments if you want, but this is a clean and simple card. So there's our first card. And I wanted to step it up. So here's what I did. I used my color. I changed from portrait to landscape with it. You could always do this one in landscape also. I just stamped this one first and then realized, oh, I probably should have done it the other way. All right. This is the piece I'm going to show you how to do. And that is a piece, I'm going to pull this in so you can see. That is a piece of shimmery white, and it's 3 3/4 by 5. So there it is. All right, I'm going to show you. I used this up yesterday, so I'm going to show you how I... Lynn, you have to go into the paper department and you really have to look, but they are there. All right, I'm going to show you how I make my spritzers. First of all, you need 91% alcohol. When you go into the Walmart, they have different amounts. I think the normal is 79. You want the 81, and the reason being is 91% evaporates faster. So that's why people will say get 91%. It evaporates faster. All right. Now I'm doing this on my spritzer. I've had these spritzers for probably 10 years. Long before Stampin' Up! Came out with them. All right, I gotta get my towel because I'm getting ink on my hand. All right, so what I do is I use my alcohol, and that's why I'm doing it over this. And I fill it up. Get this out of the way. Hold on, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna put the top back on. I'm not done, but I wanted to show you. That's about how much I filled up. So hopefully you can see that. I'm waiting to see what it looks like on mine. Oops, up too high. So you can see it's not quite full, it's almost full. All right. And the next thing you need to do, that little piece came out, is you want to take your re-inker. That's another reason I need a towel, because this needs to be dry in there. You're going to take your re-inker, and I have found in this one, which is smaller, I put about 10 drops. Sorry, I was counting. And I'll find a Stampin' Up! One. I think I have one over there on the shelf I can look at and see. I'm taking that out now. And I'm going to put this in here. All right. I'm only cleaning that out. And then you want to shake it. No water. Tina, the water won't evaporate. The alcohol will. I know a lot of people use water, but it takes so long to dry. I'm doing this, and by the time I'm ready to put it on the card, it's going to be dry. All right. So there's that. And then you want to do this in something, a box or something. I just grabbed this because I could clean it out afterwards. All right, let me spray this after I've got it shaken up good. Now, when you spray this, make sure you spray it in the right direction. You don't know how many times I've sprayed in the wrong direction. And all you're going to do is spray the paper. And I'm going to, as you can see, there's some water, alcohol there. I'm going to move this over to a spot to dry. I have a craft mat over here for it to sit on to dry. And let me get one of the Stampin' Up! Spritzers. You would have to use more re-inkers. Is this a Stampin' Up! No. Well, daggone, I bought 50 of these. Somebody did a, here's a Stampin' Up! One. Somebody did a bulk buy. And see the difference? I mean, the Stampin' Up! One is about 3/4 of an inch taller. But I will tell you, I like the smaller size because, as you can see, it's separated and you really have to shake it. Plus, if you don't use it, see that one? See how it's just kind of, and this is, I think this is daffodil is what this is. But see how it's clumped down in there because I haven't used it so long? I've never had it do that with this because you're not putting as much in there. Now you could use smaller amounts and just adjust it. And what I do is once I mix it, I spritz it on something like paper. If it's not dark enough, add more re-inker. So that's how you dye your paper. I'm going to set those back in my bin. Wipe my hands off real good. All right, so I've got that part made. I then took and I stamped the image the same way I did this, but I cut it out with the framelit. And I did the leaves the same way and cut them out. My sentiment, I added to a strip of vanilla, and then I just trimmed around it. So let me see. This is almost dry. I'm going to wave it in the air a little bit. give it a little bit longer. It's still kind of wet down here. You can also hit this with the heat tool and dry it, but I usually just wave it in the air. It's getting there. All right, let me put my flower together and my card base straight. You can do so much with reinkers. It's just amazing. All right, make sure I don't have any on my hands. Then I need my glue dots. And I'm going to add a glue dot to this one. And let's see, I'm going to put that up there. And I'm going to add this one. To the back of this. And I'm going to put it down here like so. Now when you do this, watch the size of your leaves. Oh, that one's, you barely see it. I'll shift it just a little bit. And I'm going to add dimensionals on the back. Should have cut these beforehand, and I think I'm going to run out. I thought I had more over here. All right, this one keeps moving on me, so I'm going to take and stick it down with a dimensional also. Right. And then I just put a dimensional on the back of each of the leaves. And then this will be all ready to put together. And I can add this. So as you can see, I added a lot of dimensionals. All right, I'm going to put this on. Yeah, it's still just a little bit damp down here. You know, where is my, oh, my tearing tape is over here. I'm going to get another thing of dimensionals too. All right. Oh, this one is empty. Grab the wrong one. All right, so here's my tearing tape, and I'm going to add this to the back. And this needs to be dry or your tearing tape won't stick. To it. All right. I don't know if, Lynn, are you still in here or did you leave? Those shipping labels are in with the shipping supplies in Walmart. There's a whole aisle of shipping supplies in there back past the paper and all, and that's where you'll find the those labels. And of course, naturally, Staples has it, but you'll pay an arm and a leg for it at Staples compared to Walmart. And then this goes down. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong piece. This piece was supposed to be for the other one. Okay, we're just going to fake it. The other one, I had to do some embossing on. Okay, so when you go into Walmart, go to where all the shipping boxes and bags and all are, and it's down on the farther end because it's in with other shipping labels. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes move the labels around and look behind because it may not be where you think it is. Now, I did this one wrong, and I'm going to have to cut the other one down because it's not going to work if I don't. All right, so I'm putting this on like so. I'm going to attach my sentiment with it. All right. It could be that they're out, Lynn. They don't usually get too many in at a time. Just whenever you go in, look. I had got run out. All right, I think I'm going to move. See, this one is going to be a little bit different because this size is not 3 3/4 by 5. This is actually 3 1/2 by, I think, 4 3/4, I think. All right, because it was supposed to be for the other one. All right, now you're going to pull in your gold glitter dots, and you're going to add these to your card base. And there's your clean and simple stepped up. All right, now this needs to be this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I got to cut this piece down or it's not going to be right. Because I did it wrong. But that's okay. I just cut it down real quick. All right, but now we want to go to a wow card. And this is the actual card that I saw in the catalog. And there it is. And it's at the beginning of the catalog. And I did not have, here it is. It's on the page 15. It's this one down here. They had used the Dainty Diamonds as a background. And I didn't have that, so I used the Argyle stamp or embossing folder. So to make this one, you're going to take and you're going to spritz your paper, let it dry totally, and then you're going to take the dot from inside here. It's actually this piece, which is the center of the rose, and you're going to stamp it with Versamark. And let's see, here's the thing. Stamp it with Versamark, and you're going to then emboss it with gold. And I have never had this happen, but apparently I heated too much and it burned it. And there's nothing, I mean, it's dark. I don't know if you can see that. So be careful when you do that. I kept looking at it and it didn't look like it was done. So I kind of overheated it and all the pretty shiny stuff goes away. So I'm going to have to hide that somehow. So I took my same card base, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Right. Then I took the Argyle embossing folder and another piece of rich razzleberry that's 3 3/4 by 5, and I embossed it. And I'm going to put this on the front. And if you have the Dainty Diamonds, you can use the Dainty Diamonds. But I didn't have that one. Don't ask me how I've missed getting that one. I may need to order that one. All right, and I have never used, excuse me, So Saffron on vanilla, but you really don't need the bottom piece because it just kind of goes. So I thought it was perfect for this. I'm going to take my back off. So if you find a card in the catalog, use it as your inspiration. Sometimes I'm looking, hi Marie, for ideas, and I'll pull out my catalog and start going through, and I will find something that I can modify and make it my own. So there's that piece. This piece goes on, but we're going to put it on at an angle for some interest. I was doing that, Kim. I don't know what happened. I was heating it from the front and the back, so maybe it was just too, and now I can't find the beginning of this. There it is. Maybe the back, I heated the back too much and then went to the front and it was too much, but that's all right. And I do let it heat up. I stand there and hold it and wave it on my wrist till I make sure that it's heated up well. Oh, I know. I love autocorrect. It's like, what? I didn't say that. Sometimes the things that come out, and it's like, holy cow, where did that come from? All right, let me get this in here. Take my backs off. All right, gotta make sure I put the top up. And I'm trying to keep the points inside the embossed piece. So there it is. Then, to step it up, I took the flower and the outline, hi Linda, I embossed it with gold. So I stamped it in the, so saffron, but I used Versamark and thanks Linda, added gold embossing powder on top. So I wanted the two golds to tie together. So that's what I did. And I'm going to take and add my leaves. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what I did? I cut my leaves apart. So hold on. There's that one. And there's that. For more interest, I cut my leaves apart. All right. And I'm going to put this one over here, like so. And then this one, I'm going to put my glue dot on this. It's okay, Linda. We all have things going on. And I'm going to use that back behind there, like so. So I've kind of, and that should have been over further, but that's okay. It's a handmade card. No two are alike. And that's what I tell my ladies when I used to have class. With COVID, I haven't had in-person classes. I also tell them, it's your card. Make it your own. Because they look at me and say, can I? I said, it's your card. Make it your own. I give you a place to start. Doesn't have to be exactly like mine. My sister was so funny. When she would come to my class and somebody would do something different, she would get so mad. She would say, that's not how it's supposed to be done. And I just said, it's their card. They can do with it what they want. But it's supposed to look like yours. And I went, I don't think so. So she wasn't happy with me when I did that, but you know, that was my sister. Gotta love her. All right. Oops, that one's off already. Oh, that might be kind of cute, Kim. That would step it up even more. All right, I'm going to switch this around because I want to hide that piece that I burned. So I'm going to put this one on this way. All right, now I'm going to put my sentiment on. And again, I did the sentiment the same way for all of them. So when you're stumped for color or you're stumped for something to do, pull out your catalog. I'm going to put the hello back down here. It can help you with color choices. And then we're going to add our bling. And I'm going to move these around since I have a little bit more space. It can help you with layouts. Let's put that one there. And let's put the little smaller one, not the tiny one, because the tiny ones are really tiny. We'll put that one down here. There we go. All right. So we went from clean and simple to stepped up wow. That would be a good idea, Kim, to put the slight piece of gold behind it. And then you can cut out the center. You guys know that, right? Don't put a whole piece of gold down behind it. Take and cut out the center using your cutter or framelits. And I found my blades for my cutter. Thank goodness. I searched high and low yesterday till I found them because I was ripping paper trying to cut with it. So there you go. What do you think, ladies? 3 cards, or 1 card, 3 styles. And I hope you enjoyed the tip about how to create your own stamping mist. Anybody who came in late, earlier I told them how to create their own mist using alcohol and reinkers. Thanks, Carol. But quick and easy to stepped up. I liked this one the best. This one's okay. You know, the gold might be better on the back of this also. Ooh, I never thought of the saffron. That's fine, Carol. I never thought, but you could use the saffron, might be kind of fun on there. So, but that's it. That's what I have for today. And I'll be looking for stamp sets and everything in the catalog to use next week. And don't forget the tip that I gave you about the repositionable address labels, or, well, they're not address labels. They're, what are they? Label. They're just labels. Here's one that was done with a Post-it note. Actually, it's done with paper, and then sticky was added to the back. This is my neighbor's stamp set I borrowed. So she gets the mask. Whenever I borrow stuff from her, I always leave the mask and all in there for her. So, do you guys have some fun plans for today? I'm going to be making videos this afternoon for my blog, so I have them ready to go. And if I have time, I'm going to work on my online class. It's the Halloween tricks and treats. So, I really like the gold with the saffron on the vanilla. Oh, you're quite welcome, Tina. I may have to try that with some other flowers. Ooh. I may have to do something with that, Linda, with Tasteful Touches. Got my mind thinking. Oh, making cookies. What kind of cookies, Carol? I have to go pick up groceries. I placed an order with Stampin' Up! With Walmart, and I have to go pick those up. And then I need to go to Harris Teeter and get my meat. They have meat on sale this week. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm going to get to play. So, all right, I'm going to turn this around, ladies. Get my tea, because I'm in the mood for something to drink. Turn that light out. Get rid of the glare on my glasses. All right. Let me get my tea. Travel safe, Lynn. At least it's only 3.5 for you. Ooh, chocolate chip. First day of school Monday. Are they going back virtual or are they in person, Carol? Ours are virtual. Lynn, you guys travel safe if it's still raining and all, because I know you're going to hit rain and everything else. I'm not a fan of pesto. Never have been. I've tried both my girls love it, but not me. So I've had fresh, I've had everything. It's just not a flavor I like, so. Oh, okay, small private school. Well, I wish them luck because our private schools down here, let's see, they had a case in one of the elementary public schools just this week, and they're virtual. So it was the teachers that did it. Ooh, lots of wind and rain then. Okay. Yeah, so it's still dangerous. And they had on the news last night, which scares me, somebody who had COVID in March has got it again, and it's a different strain. 25-year-old had it in March and now has it again. So this is nasty stuff. Yes, it is, Carol, scary times. So, but hopefully people are playing it smart. All right, guys, I'm going to get cleaned up here, get my stamps washed and everything else. Then I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to post the measurements for the cards today so that you have them and pictures. And I'm here Monday. No, I'm in the group on Monday at noon. And I'll be playing with Tasteful Touches? No. I think that's it. Tasteful Touches. I think that's the one. I've got it pulled. I just can never get the name straight. I don't know why. But that's what I'll be doing on Monday. And that's in the group. Same name, just a group, not a page. So I will see you either Monday or next Thursday night in the group at 7:30 or next Saturday here on the page. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe.